Hi guys, welcome back. This is my project pan update video, so I'm going to be updating you on the progress of my 10 makeup project pan items during the month of June. Now this project pan is all about my makeup items. I do have another project pan which is non-makeup related, but it's still beauty related items, so like hair and skincare, that kind of thing. Now with this project pan, I have 10 items in my project pan, and I just feel like that's a really nice easy round number for me to be working on. And it's a rolling project pan, so whenever I finish an item up, I replace it with something else. And I do have one empty in June to update you guys on, and I will update you on the items in the order in which I would usually apply them to my face. So let's get into it. Alright, and I'm actually going to start off with the empty. The empty that I have finished off in June is finally my bareMinerals Complexion Rescue. Now if you saw my True Spring makeup video, I think it was that video that I finished this item up in, so I always really like it when I finish off an item on camera because I suppose it's kind of like proof you guys have seen me finish it off. Now this has been in my project pan since April. I took this on holiday with me in February, and it felt like it was starting to run really low because I had to give the bottle a really good shake to get any product out. And so once I finished off my previous foundation, I rolled this one into my project pan, and at the time I thought, well, there's hardly any product left in here, this is gonna take me like a month, 2 months max to use up. But it's not until you cut open your product and scoop out every last bit that you realise just how much you have left over. Now this is a 35ml tube, so it is slightly more than your standard 30ml foundation, but even with those extra 5ml of product, there was still loads of product left. So it did take me 3 months in the end. It took me 17 uses in April, 19 uses in May, and 17 uses in June to completely use this product up, and I finished it off on the 24th of June. Now this product is nice. It is a nice, very glowy, very dewy tinted moisturiser. Now for me and my preferences and how I like my base products to look, it is too dewy for me. I know tinted moisturisers are kind of like that, but it's just a little bit too dewy for my liking. Now when I powder over the top with this product, I find that it's still too dewy. I have to go in with quite a bit of powder to really kind of tone down all of the radiance, all of the dewiness that you get from this product. So if you really like that heavily dewy type of look to your makeup, you would probably really like this product, and also the fact that it lasts ages. I have this in the shade Wheat, which is 4.5, a slightly darker version than what is suggested for my skin tone. It doesn't matter though, because it's a tinted moisturiser, it is fairly sheer. If it was a full coverage foundation, then it would probably be a little bit of a problem. But as it's a tinted moisturiser, it doesn't really matter. But because it is slightly darker than what is suggested for my skin tone, I think vanilla is suggested for me, I do find that I got a bit more coverage, so that was quite good. Now I have had 2 bottles of these in the past. I've had this one and then the vanilla one, so I'm in no real rush to repurchase this product. I might buy it again, but the thing is there are loads of products like this now. I feel like every makeup brand has their own version of a tinted moisturiser, this kind of product, and I want to try other ones. I want to try the Fenty one, I want to try Ilia, I want to try Say, I want to try Laura Mercier, NARS, so I think it's going to be a long time before I would repurchase this. It's not a hard no, but because it is slightly dewier than I would like, I do want to try other versions. But I am really pleased that I have finally used this product up, and I was actually going to replace it with another foundation. I was going to replace it with my e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation, and I did start using it for a few days towards the end of June. But I have decided to declutter that product. I'll talk about it again in my makeup inventory video, which I'll have up in about like a week's time. But my issue with that foundation is that I don't like the finish of it. It's very drying, and I have dehydrated skin, and I don't really want that type of effect. I don't want that type of foundation. It's quite uncomfortable, and I notice that I have a lot of tightness when I wear that foundation, and you can see it as well. You can see that it hasn't quite blended in as nicely as I would like. And also it is really heavily scented. The perfume in it is so strong. Now I have kind of noticed it before when I've opened the foundation to smell it and make sure that it hasn't gone off, but I haven't before noticed it on my face when I've applied it. So the past few times I could smell it as I put it on my face, I could smell it as I was blending it in, and it was just so overpowering. So the combination of the real heavy fragrance and a really drying foundation was just really unpleasant. So for those reasons I have decided to declutter it, because I'm not going to enjoy wearing it, I'm not going to look forward to panning it, and for me there's no point in panning an item that you just don't like. Panning should be fun, you should be enjoying the products you're using, it should never feel like a chore, it should never feel like, well, I've got to use this product up because I don't like it, so let's use it up and get rid of it. No, it should be items that you enjoy using and you want to pan, and that foundation, I don't want to pan it. So I have decided to declutter it. And that now means that my foundation category is looking really, really good, and I don't have any foundations now to pan. So it was a little bit of a thought process to figure out which item to pan next, so I have decided to go for another bronzer. I'm going to pan my Fenty powder bronzer in the shade Shady Biz. So I have this one and my cream bronzer in my project pan, so I can kind of layer them over the top of each other, or I can wear one or the other. Now with this one, I think I can see the ring of the pan coming through, if there is a ring of the pan, otherwise I'm not sure what I can see in it. So I think I'm getting close to hitting some sort of pan on it, and this is also really nice as an eyeshadow, as a crease shade as well, so I'm hoping to kind of double up on how I'm wearing this product. It is really nice. I prefer the cream bronzer from Fenty, and I also prefer my Vive bronzers to this one, so that's really why I want to get this one used up, and also because it is, I think, a year or year and a half old now, so it's starting to, you know, get towards the end of its shelf life, and it only has a shelf life of 12 months, so I don't really want to be keeping hold of products for too much longer than their expiry date. I mean, it's a powder, it doesn't matter too much. I think with creams it's really where it's more of an issue, but I have other bronzers that I prefer using, so I'm going to work on this one. Now that's my only empty this month, so the others is just going to be a quick kind of whistle stop tour update as to my progress on them. So next up are my two Fenty concealers in the shades 150 and 185. 150 I wore 22 times, and then 185 I wore 21 times, and I think that one usage difference is because I wore 150 all over my face as like a foundation, but I didn't really like how it looked. These are slightly drying. I don't know whether it's because I have had these for like a couple of years now, I think, so I don't know whether they are starting to just dry out. So I didn't like how it looked as a foundation, and I have started to notice as well, because I use them under my eyes, it does look a little bit dry in texture. So not really loving these anymore. I think these were great when I first got them, but I feel like they're starting to show their age a little bit now. So really want to get these used up by the end of the year, but they are looking quite full still. There are no signs of these starting to kind of be used up, but I am wearing them quite a lot. So 22 times, 21 times in June. These are my main concealers that I'm working on at the moment, but I don't think these are going to be used up for months to come yet. Alright, another Fenty item. All of my Fenty makeup is in my project pan. So next is my cream bronzer in the shade Butter Biscuit. Please excuse how disgusting this looks. This product is really, really difficult to keep clean, to keep looking nice. I swear I try to kind of keep this looking clean and tidy on a fairly regular basis, but honestly, just one use with a brush and you get loads of like brush fibres in it. So I swear it is cleaner than it looks. Really, really pretty bronzer. It's nice to give a really like healthy glow to the skin, but you can layer it up with a powder one as well, which is what I'm going to try to do with the two bronzers in my project pan. I wore it 19 times this past month, so I'm trying to use it fairly regularly, and I feel like this can be quite an easy and quick product to get through, because this pan is just getting bigger and bigger every time that I use it. So I'm going to guess 2 months, I think, and I should be done with this. So hopefully with the beginning of September, my update then, hopefully this one will be used up. Next is my highlighter from Becca. I have to be quite careful with this one when I open it, because I have repressed it and it is very delicate. It does crumble quite a bit, so I have wasted some of this product because of the crumbling, because of the breaking apart. But I have worn it 18 times in June, so I've worn it quite a lot of times. I don't have a lot of this left, so again I'm going to say a couple of months with this product. I got it on today, not too much, I don't really think you can see it. Pretty enough highlighter, but I'm just not a powder highlighter fan anymore. Really need to get this used up so I can start wearing other powder highlighters in my collection, get those used up as well. But it's nice enough, definitely the best highlighter that I have tried. So if you're a big highlighter fan, I'd recommend it. And I do think you can still get this as well, even though Becca has gone out of business. This and the under eye corrector, I think. So nice enough product, but it's just not one of my favourite products to wear. Nyx Eyeshadow Base next, wore it 19 times. This one I really do think I will be done with by the end of July because there's not much product left in this at all. I think this has been in my project pan for like the whole year. This is a really small tube, 8 grams, but there is loads of product in this. I feel like it's lasted for absolutely ages. It's only the past week or two where I've really noticed that there's not much product left in this at all. I used to be able to open it up and do like both eyes with one application, but now I do have to go back in and pick up excess product. So I am thinking by the end of this month this one should be used up, and then I can start working on my MAC paint pot in Painterly, because that just has been sat in my makeup collection not being used. I have checked on it every now and again, it is still fine, but I do really want to get that one used up as well. But this is brilliant. Really do love this eyeshadow primer. It is excellent. Real good dupe for the Urban Decay primer potion. So if you're on a budget or if you want a cheaper dupe for Urban Decay, go for this one. So a few MAC products next. First one is MAC Shroom, my shimmery ivory eyeshadow, and I wore this 11 times in June, so not loads of times. I think because I keep it in this big palette, I tend to kind of forget about it, whereas with the rest of my project pan items I keep in this bag and it doesn't fit my MAC palette. So sometimes I've done my makeup and I've gone, oh, I forgot to put on Shroom, and by then it's, you know, it's been a couple of hours, I'm not going to go back and put it on. I don't think this pan has gotten any bigger though, because I am taking product around the edges, so I don't think the pan is any wider than it was last month. But if I can start wearing it a little bit more regularly, if I can remember to wear it, then hopefully the progress is going to be that bit quicker. But I think this will be with me for the rest of the year because these eyeshadows do take a while to pan. Next is my MAC eyeliner in Teddy, which I wore 16 times, and I do have a little bit of progress with my marking this month, but I do think this is going to still take quite a few months for me to use up. Hopefully by the end of the year and this one will be gone. It's really versatile though. I can tight line, waterline, upper lash line with it, but because you're not applying it, you know, all over your lid or all over your lips like you would do with the lip liner, you know, you're not going to get through it that quickly. But it is an okay eyeliner. It's not the easiest of eyeliners to work with. I find like I have to sort of like rub it on the back of my hand first to kind of warm it up before going on my eyes with it. Pretty enough colour. It's quite a warm brown, a bit of like shimmery gold in there as well, so it's quite a flattering shade, but I don't really think it's worth the price. I think you can probably get better eyeliners for a lot cheaper. Next is my MAC lip liner in Oak. I wore it 19 times last month and there's a real good progress with how much I have left of this. This is how much I've got left, not much at all, and I will definitely be done with it this month. I'm going to make it my mission to use this lip liner up this month because it's a really easy wearable shade. It's a neutral nude brown shade. I have mixed it in here with a couple of other pink shades. I can't remember which ones, quite a few. So it is nice on its own, but it's also nice with other pinks to make like a pinky brown hybrid lip colour. So I am using it very, very regularly and I will be done with it this month. And then lastly is my Estee Lauder lipstick in Intense Nude. Not much of this left at all, but the progress is really, really slow with this product, and that's just because I only really tend to wear it as a cheek product. I don't often wear it as a lip product, and when I do, I just apply a little bit. It's not a colour that I apply all over my lips and I reapply throughout the day. The quality of these lipsticks are really good, so they don't fade that quickly, so therefore you don't need to reapply them on a regular basis. But I did wear it 20 times in June, and I feel like I have worn it a similar number of times previous months as well. So I am wearing it on a really regular basis, but because I don't use much of it at all, that's why the progress is so slow. So this will be with me for a few months still. If I can try to kind of mix it in with other lip colours like I have today. I'm pretty sure I did put a bit of this on today actually. That's one of the colours. That way hopefully I can start to get through it a bit quicker, but it's just because it's quite a dark pink, it's not really for me an everyday shade that I would wear, so I do have to tone it down and wear it with other colours. But it is good that I'm wearing it regularly. But yeah, it's going to be with me, I think, for a good few months still. So that's my update this month. So only one empty, but I'm glad that it is the foundation, and now my foundation category is looking really good. Now by next month, by the next update, I am hoping to be done with the NYX Eyeshadow Base and also with MAC Oak Lip Liner. So I should have 2 empties for next month, which will be exciting. And then the rest hoping to still make good, steady progress on. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will have my other project pan video coming up next as my next upload. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.